The marble-floored lobby fell into an uneasy silence the moment the Arab billionaire Sheikh stepped up to the reception desk, his presence heavy like an approaching storm. His robe carried the dust of a long journey, his eyes held the weight of continents crossed, yet confusion spread across the polished counter as quickly as whispers. Phones buzzed, assistants glanced at each other, and security shifted their stance, because no one understood him, not his accent, not his purpose, not the urgency beating beneath his calm exterior. In that moment, surrounded by glass walls and blinking corporate logos, a man worth billions looked invisible, misunderstood, and strangely alone. Before the story continues, pause for a moment. If you believe that kindness can change destinies, that respect matters more than status, and that second chances can come from the most unexpected places, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Your support keeps stories like this alive. The building was a symbol of modern success, a tower of steel and ambition where decisions were measured in profits and losses, not in human moments. The Sheikh had arrived without an entourage, without the loud authority people expected from someone of his stature. He had come quietly, dressed simply, carrying documents that could shift the future of companies and families alike. But at the reception desk, efficiency turned into impatience. His words, spoken with dignity and restraint, seemed to dissolve before they could be understood. The receptionist's smile grew tighter, her eyes flicking to the line behind him, her fingers tapping rehearsed responses that did nothing to bridge the gap. Around them, people judged quickly, by accent, by clothing, by assumptions shaped long before that morning. What none of them knew was that the Sheikh was facing a decision heavier than any business deal. Years earlier, he had built his empire from loss, from deserts that taught him endurance and cities that taught him caution. Now he stood at a crossroads, searching for a partner who valued integrity over speed, humanity over headlines. This visit was not announced because he wanted truth, unfiltered by preparation or performance. He wanted to see how people behaved when they thought no one important was watching. As the tension thickened, a cleaner moved slowly across the lobby, pushing her cart with practiced care. She had worked there for years, long enough to become invisible to most, long enough to recognize stress in a stranger's shoulders. She noticed the way the Sheikh's hands tightened around his papers, the way his gaze drifted toward the exit, as if considering leaving without being heard. While others saw inconvenience, she sensed fatigue, the deep kind that comes from being misunderstood too many times. Without ceremony, without expectation of reward, she approached. She did not interrupt with authority or demands. She simply offered tea, warm and familiar, a gesture rooted in her own upbringing where hospitality was a language beyond words. The simple act cut through the confusion like light through fog. The receptionist paused. Security relaxed. The Sheikh accepted the cup with visible relief, his shoulders lowering as if someone had finally acknowledged his humanity before his wealth. That small moment shifted everything. As steam curled into the air, the cleaner stayed nearby, not to translate words, but to translate intention. Her presence reminded everyone that respect does not require perfect language, only genuine attention. The receptionist slowed down, listened again, this time with patience rather than procedure. Calls were made, meetings arranged, and doors quietly opened. What had begun as an awkward misunderstanding transformed into a calm unfolding of purpose. As the Sheikh was escorted upstairs, the cleaner returned to her work, unaware that she had altered the course of something far greater than a morning schedule. She did not see the way the Sheikh glanced back, committing her face to memory, nor did she hear the instructions he later gave about the company he was about to invest in. He asked not about profits first, but about values, about how workers were treated when no cameras were present. Hours later, as sunlight slanted through the glass walls, news rippled softly through the building. The mysterious visitor was not just a client, he was a billionaire sheikh known for transforming businesses and communities alike. Executives straightened their jackets. The receptionist replayed the morning in her mind, feeling both relief and regret. And the cleaner was called upstairs, confusion written across her tired face. In a quiet conference room overlooking the city, the sheikh made a decision that stunned everyone. He spoke of respect, of dignity, of how a single cup of tea had spoken louder than rehearsed welcomes. He announced a partnership that would bring unprecedented growth, but with conditions. Wages would rise. Training programs would be funded. Cleaners, guards, receptionists, all would be seen as part of the company's soul, not its background. The cleaner listened, overwhelmed, realizing that her simple kindness had echoed in rooms she had never entered before. She was offered opportunities she never imagined, not as charity, but as recognition. For the first time in years, she felt visible, valued not for what she cleaned, but for who she was. Near the end of this story, if it is already touching something deep inside you, please take a moment to like the video, share it with others, and subscribe. Stories like this remind us that humanity still matters, and your engagement helps spread that reminder further. The sheikh left the building as quietly as he had entered, but the atmosphere remained changed. People smiled differently. They paused longer. They listened. The lobby no longer felt like a checkpoint of status, but a shared space of respect. And somewhere between polished floors and towering ambition, a lesson settled into the walls: greatness recognizes greatness, even when it wears a uniform and carries a broom. Before this story ends, we have one special request for you. Please comment below and tell us what this story made you feel, or share a moment when a small act of kindness changed something big in your life. Because in the end, this was never just a story about a billionaire or a cleaner. It was about how humanity speaks in quiet gestures, how dignity needs no translation, and how sometimes, the most powerful welcome in the world is a simple cup of tea offered at the right moment.